Hey guys, it's Othania here with Create Your Future. So today we're going to talk about how do I know if I am manifesting correctly, right? How do I know if this is not just a total waste of time or, things like that. So before we get into that, Create Your Future is giving out a free course. So to get access to that, click the link in the description box below. And also I am having one-on-one coaching as well. So definitely click the link in the description box below to look for that as well. So let's get into it, right? How to know if you are manifesting correctly? Well, you are always manifesting. And it is something that we're doing as humans by default, right? So it's not something where you just learned how to do it and now you have to figure out how to do it. You know what I mean? Because you've always been doing this since you've been aware that you have been consciousness, which has been since you were a child, which, it happens in those years. Once you're aware that you think for yourself and that your consciousness and you know that you're a being on this earth, that is when manifestation begins to start taking place. So you've been manifesting this whole entire time. You just know now that there is a word to put to it. So you are always manifesting correctly. So even when a lot of the times when we see the fearful things that we don't want to see, if we see someone else getting that promotion, or if we see someone else always getting picked, or having the relationships that we want and we feel down about it, you know what I'm saying? You manifest that because there are beliefs that are within you that are more fear-based about yourself or towards the desires that you want, okay? So you're always manifesting correctly, good or bad. Now, the thing is, what you want to do is manifest more good than bad, because obviously you're here to get that help to, figure out how to change this. And you do that by understanding that you are the consciousness, right? You are the creator. So knowing that, now your job is to not turn back and be that version of you that is full of fearful thoughts. No, because you know what? Why would you want to do that to yourself? Because at the end of the day, when you do that to yourself, that's you being unkind to yourself. And then when others are reflecting that back to you, you're like, hey, what are you doing? What's the problem? But in all honesty, you were already being unkind to yourself first, right? Because everyone is you pushed out, right? It always goes back to that. So you are always manifesting correctly. Now, the next step is to rearrange and align your thoughts more based towards what it is that you do want. That is the trick, and that is what you want to do. And once you learn that and know that, you maintain that for the rest of your life. It's not something that you're like, oh, I don't want to manifest anymore, I'm giving this up. Give it up or not, you're still, as a human, as consciousness in this experience, you're always going to be manifesting. So you're always going to be living in the end of something as consciousness. You're either going to be living more in the end towards what you do want as time and the days goes on, or you're going to be living in the end of something towards what you don't want, right? And you have the control, so why not just control it to how you want? But then also, it's important to remove the anxiety that you have around these things. That is, one of the most important parts of this whole conscious manifesting thing, right? So, like I said, guys, you are always manifesting correctly. And it can feel incorrect because sometimes you may still be seeing things that, or, you know, feeling and experience things that you didn't want to experience or that you don't like, but then you got to understand and be so totally honest with yourself and be totally aware and take full accountability that there had to be and there was something within you that was more fear-based. And once you acknowledge that, the next step, even if it's a small step, no matter how small the step is, the next step is to keep reinforcing now the more loving thought, the more positive thing that you want. And it could be frustrating because the state that you're in now, you're like, you know what, I want my thing now. I'm tired about hearing about changing my thoughts. And then, but until you fully do, it's going to be hard for you to shift into that that state that you actually want to be in, that actually has all the things that you want, right? Because you got to remember, when you shift your state into a better version of yourself, into a better being, you have better thoughts, and also better circumstances that match that. Okay, so understand that you are always manifesting correctly. Never be afraid of yourself or your thoughts. Understand that day by day, it's always gonna get better, and day by day, you're always getting closer to your manifestation. You know, we have to stop, you know, don't look at time as an enemy. Because the more you look at time as an enemy with that type of energy and desperation behind it, it can't work with you. It's like a person, guys. If someone feels that you're so desperate and, you know, they feel that energy, it's going to be hard for them to want to connect with you and align and have things flow with you. So it's the same thing with time. If you want to get time on your side, trust it. Genuinely. Okay? So you are a great manifester. You are even better manifester now because now you have the knowledge. So why turn back and still do what you were doing before, right? When the whole purpose of this all is to shift into the better you that has the better thoughts and the better circumstances, and overall building a better life with that better momentum, right? So yeah, guys, that's all that I have for right now, but definitely stay tuned for some more videos. And yeah, if you guys need any help on how to calm yourself, calm your nerves, how to see yourself in a better light, how to remove obstacles out of your way, definitely, you know, look into the coaching, because it definitely helps, you know, and it's specifically tailored for you. So it's even better that way, right? So yeah, have a great day, guys.